JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 or Diamond is Unbreakable, whatever you want to call it. It is the successor to the previous installment, Stardust Crusaders. This take event 12 years after the death of Dio, Jotaro arrived in Japan at a town called Morioh, searching for a looming threat inside the town. And even though it's over 10 years later, Jotaro somehow looks younger than he was before. Jotaro is searching for a guy called Josuke. In his way, he bumped into a young man called Koichi. Josuke was getting beaten up by a bunch of bullies. He wasn't really caring that much right until they made fun of his hair. And nobody should make fun of his hair. Josuke went into psycho mode and beat the crap out of them with his stand, Crazy Diamond or Shining Diamond. Then he heals them. Apparently his stand can fix anything, object or people. He met Jotaro and Jotaro explained that Josuke is Joseph's bastard son. So Josuke is Jotaro's uncle. That means Josuke's last name should be Joestar. Josuke said that he got his stand when he was 4 because of Dio. Then Josuke and Jotaro had a little scuffle, Jotaro won using his Star Platinum Zawaldo. He apparently can stop time for only 2 seconds, which I think is a huge nerf. I mean, Dio was able to increase the time stopping from 5 to 10 seconds in the course of one fight. And you're telling me that after all these years, Jotaro can only stop time for just 2 seconds? Sure, okay. After that, we took a look at the woman that Joseph cheated with, alongside her father, Josuke's grandfather. That cheating bastard got some taste. Josuke and Kawachi were walking together. They saw a criminal holding a hostage. Josuke interfered, piercing the criminal alongside the hostage, and he healed them after, of course. However, he left a knife inside the criminal's body, and it turns out that this guy is a stand user, with a stand that can get into water. He killed Josuke's grandfather, so Josuke and Jotaro fought him. They won and Josuke turned him into a stone. But before his death, he explained that some dude with a bow and arrow gave him the stand while he was in prison. If someone gets hit by the arrow and doesn't die, he will get a stand. Apparently this is how Dio got his stand and recruited all these stand users that our heroes faced in the last season, which kind of answered the question that many people had, how Dio was able to gather all these stand users. This leads to some plot holes, but at least the show bothered to give some sort of logical explanation, unlike some other shows. Few days later, Josuke and Kawachi were walking together. In their way, they stumbled upon an abandoned house. Kawachi attempted to get into the house. He got shot in the neck by an arrow, the same one that a criminal talked about. After that, Josuke faced a guy named Okuyasu, and he have a stand that can cut through space. Josuke wrecked his shift and got inside the house to save Kawachi. Okuyasu got shot by his own older brother's stand. Then Josuke healed them and fought against the older brother. This guy's stand is a small soldiers similar to the one that you had when you were a kid, and probably shouldn't because you can choke if you accidentally swallowed one. Josuke managed to beat him and save Kawachi, who now have a stand of his own. The brothers revealed that they were doing this in order to kill their father, not to fix him, kill him, who got morphed due to Dio's cells. They got interrupted by an electrical stand that killed the older brother and stole the bow and arrow. The stand called Red Hot Chili Pepper. And now Josuke and Okuyasu are friends. I mean, the dude was trying to kill them not so long ago. Kawachi faced a stand user called Tamami that have the power of putting a lock on a person, and the more guilt they feel for him, the heavier the lock will be. Kawachi unlocked Super Saiyan 2 and he was able to defeat him with his stand Reverb. Josuke was being attacked by a dude called Hazamara, who have a stand that can transform into people. Josuke outsmarted him and beat the crap out of him. Some hot girl called Yukako confessed her love for Kawachi. Now you might be wondering, some girls don't usually do that. There has to be something wrong, and you're totally right. She is a psycho bitch with a yandere-esque attitude. She trapped Kawachi inside the house and tortured him to study. At one point, she made him pee on his pants, locking the bathroom. I mean, he could have peed in some corner, but whatever. He managed to escape and defeated her, and her hair turned white for some reason. Josuke and Okuyasu went to an Italian restaurant. There, they met an Italian chef with a stand that can can make food to cure people illnesses. And I got a lot of similar vibe to Food War, while Okuyasu having an orgasm from eating the dishes. Josuke suspected something wrong with the chef, however it turns out he was just trying to help. Jotaro told Josuke that his father Joseph Joestar is coming to Morioh. Red Chill Pepper overheard them and went to kill Joseph. While Josuke and the others were waiting for Joseph, the electrical stand attacked. Josuke tucked his chef up, but he was able to sneak into Joseph's boat. And before he can do anything, he got stopped by Okuyasu, who by the way fought him earlier but got tricked by him. Josuke was bonding with his father while they were walking around the town. Joseph spotted an invisible baby who can't control his stand. The whole thing was pretty wholesome, but Joseph spent all of Josuke's saving by baby clothes. The baby fell into the river, however they were able to save him. And Josuke realized that his father is a good person. Koichi and Hazamada went to meet a famous mangaka named Rohan. Little as they know, he turned out to be a stand user. His stand called Heaven's Door. It has the ability to turn people into manga. He can read their mind and can add or erase whatever he wants, like erasing their memories, for example. And his ability can be activated unless the person looked into his manga. Josuke and Okuyasu arrived to save Koichi. Okuyasu got caught, then Josuke stepped in, closing his eyes. Rohan provoked him by insulting his hair. Josuke opened his eyes, but listen to this, he was blinded by his rage. So he smacked the living shit out of him. And we got a backstory why Josuke is so obsessed with his hair. Because when he was a kid, he got saved by a guy with the same hairstyle. Jotaro and Josuke went to hunt some rats. After an intense battle, they were able to kill them. Rohan asked Koichi to go with him to check some alleyway that is not on the town's map. There they met a girl named Rimi. She explained that this alley is a limbo between heavens and the world of the living, while telling a story of a young girl who got murdered. As soon as Rohan and Koichi saw a dog with a sliced throat, they realized that she is that girl, and her killer is still out there. They asked her how they can get out. She told them if they want to get out, they can't look back while leaving the exit. Otherwise, they will get tucked in the anus. With the help of Rohan, they managed to leave, and they informed the others about the killer. Meanwhile, we got a shot of the main villain of this part, Kira, holding a chopped off arm and talking to it like a real person. So this guy have a relationship with a hand. I'm sure a lot of us have that kind of relationship, but with different kind of hand. Josuke was desperate for money after his saving got emptied by Joseph. He, alongside Okuyasu, met a guy called Shigichi, who have a stand called Harvest. It has the ability to collect things. Josuke had an idea that can benefit all of them. Long story short, they won the lottery and the bastard didn't want to split. They pummeled the crap out of him and taught him a lesson about sharing. Remember kids, it's important to share. The crazy bitch stumbled upon a beauty salon. The owner of the salon have a stand called Cinderella. It have the ability to attract lovers. Anyway, the psycho gave it a shot and went to meet Koichi. The idiot voluntarily came back to her. Run, dude, run! The crazy girl started having drawbacks from the stand, however, with the power of love, she was able to survive. Shigichi was having a sandwich crisis with Josuke and Okuyasu, as the shop that sells the sandwiches was closed. And what do you know, Kira bought a sandwich from the same place. In the sandwich bag, he got the chopped off hand. In a mix-up, Shigichi picked up the bag and saw the hand. Obviously, Kira wasn't happy about this, as he wants to live a quiet life. So why are you killing people? Kira killed Shigichi with his stand Killer Queen. It has the ability to turn anything it touches into bombs. Before his death, Shigichi was able to snatch a button from the killer's suit and gave it to Josuke. Josuke gave it to Jotaro. Jotaro went with Koichi to investigate who is the owner of the button. They were able to pinpoint the tailor that Kira went to fix his suit in. The tailor died by Killer Queen's second ability, Sheer Heart Attack. Jotaro got tucked and Koichi's stand evolved and he was able to hold the killer off for a while. Kira attacked Koichi, but Koichi managed to reveal his identity. Jotaro walks up and tucked Kira and Eris. The others arrived, however Kira escaped and killed Aya, the salon owner, and replaced his appearance with someone else. Jotaro and others found his home. In there they met the ghost of his father. He had the power of trapping people in images, and they found out that the father possesses another bow and arrow. Jotaro captured him, however Okuyasu was an idiot. He accidentally released him, and the worst part, he was managed to escape with the arrow. Kira took the appearance of a guy with a wife and a son and pretended to belong. However, the kid was suspicious of him. And by the way, this kid has a camera inside his parents' room. That is disgusting, man. Meanwhile, the father with the arrow started giving people chosen by the arrow stands. How they are so loyal to him, I have no idea. Anyway, after many stand battles, we got to the final fight against the killer. During the investigation, Rohan suspected the kid as he was following Kira with the camera. Elsewhere, the kid was confronting Kira after he discovered that he is fake. Kira killed the kid and he got accidentally hit by the arrow, which gave him 2 new powers. One to reverse time for 1 hour, the other is to implant his stand inside the kid. And whenever he tells anyone about him, they get blown away. And the day will reset to the beginning. And whatever happened in that time will happen again no matter what. That means if someone got killed, he will die again. After several trials and a lot of trauma, the kid was able to inform the heroes. Then they tucked Kira's shift up, and while he was trying to reverse time once again, he got his head accidentally run over by an ambulance. This fight was awesome, man, especially the part with Jotaro. I'm glad he didn't get the same treatment as Joseph. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching.